afternoon, which means it's time to kick off your weekend with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show is back from our break and we're ready to make you laugh, or cry, or better yet, cry laugh. The Random Christian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena, a unique blended salsa loaded with cilantro and just the right amount of heat. Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena is available in stores across California, Oregon, Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, Nevada, and Arizona. To find a store near you, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broaddus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Christian Show can now be seen on the Rabbit in Red Radio Network. Check them out at rabbitinredradio.com. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is happy to welcome back John Hostin, the TikTok chiropractor. My name is Andy. Now here's your host, Christian Random.
A peekaboo. I see you.
Oh, there he is. Wait, where'd he go?
I'm right here.
No, there you are. Wait.
It's me, Andy.
Hey. Hey.
We're back.
We're back, everybody. We're back. Not your back. We're back.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
We as a collective are back.
That's correct. Yes.
On here. And
yeah.
So far, so good. New studio, new move, new things still working.
Same old show.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and we're adding some new twists and adventures. And speaking, and not that this is a bad old thing, but we have Mrs. A with her random recipes with us again.
Always.
And we got a little sneak peek of some of the stuff she's getting ready to present to make us all really dang hungry. And she's got updates on her distribution, kids. So might want to be taking some notes as to where she's going to be.
Am I going to have to say more states in the opening? Because I'm anything left of the Louisiana Purchase is what I'm going to go with next.
I'm thinking we just go with, we just start doing regionally. Like,
right. Oh, yeah.
We're covered the Western time zone or whatever.
Right.
Pacific time zone and Mountain time zone, and really need the Central time zone. Anyway. So no, yeah, we're very, very excited to have her back on and make us all starving and hungry, which, I mean, it's just perfect time for this right now because
it really
as soon as we're done with the show or while you're watching at home, you could be eating hopefully something with Mrs. A's famous salsa buena.
It's very true.
We're all proudly wearing our shirts for today because, you know, it's Mrs. A and we love her salsa.
And she's keeping the lights on.
And she's a sponsor. So, yeah. So, Andy, it's very, 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 very nice to see. I mean, we really kind of, I wouldn't say disconnected, but we really did not talk a whole lot for almost a month.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. No, it's great to see your face again. Sure.
I'm sure quite pleasurable for you, and I'm sure you totally enjoyed.
What's weird is that like I was oddly like super busy during this. Yes. You know, like more so than normal.
Right.
So it almost felt like it wasn't like it. I noticed that we weren't doing the show, but I didn't notice that we were doing the show, you know? Like, it just, like, this feels like it's been a week since we've done the show.
What does that mean? I noticed we weren't doing the show. Like, I actually had a life at one point. My Fridays were free, and I was enjoyed, and people enjoyed me. I enjoyed people. Life was good. Birds were singing. This week.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying that my brain was well occupied enough for me like to be
Yeah. Yeah. Present and focused on your job. Totally understood.
Right. Yeah.
And the other podcast is going well. The Rum and Regrets, sir.
So, believe it or not, we also took an equal hiatus.
Yes.
So we recorded this week, and we're dropping an episode later tonight. But it was funny because we've had some real life stuff with the other two hosts going on there that just took precedent.
Yeah.
Family first, as we always say. Then we have the backdraft rule of podcasting, where if one person can't make it, then we don't do it. It's the you go, we go from backdraft, right?
Right.
I'm not, you're not gonna, I'm not gonna let you go. We're if we go together. So yeah. So that's the rule for our other podcast. And so we decided not to record for the last 3 weeks.
and so kind of in conjunction with this show, you just not doing that show. We ain't doing this show.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. No.
But yeah, unlike here where I'm like, I'm not gonna make it for about the first half hour, so you're gonna have to carry the show.
And yeah, don't do that to me again.
I know, and like one of the guests that I pushed so hard to get and was so excited for and was unable to be a part of the main topic of conversation, and I left you struggling completely.
Because I can fit an hour and a half worth of questions into 20 minutes. That's what I found out that day.
You're a great self-editor.
Right?
No, it was awesome. Yeah. Hey, but I feel very refreshed.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I enjoy this time with everybody that's out there, and watching us and chiming in and having a good time with our guest, or if it's just us and them. It really, I really felt a big void, which was kind of weird. I'm like, there's something missing. There's something missing. I need to be doing something. And but then that all was replaced by the fact that we were moving and our painters failed to show up, and then the second painter like totally screwed everything up. And these guys couldn't do this because of this, and this couldn't. So needless to say, if I removed my virtual background right now, the mayhem that has been my life for almost the past month would be very apparent.
Dumpster fire, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's and let's and literally Andy and me, or Andy and I. Sorry, proper English.
Proper English, please. Thank you.
Literally, I threw everything to basic studio mode together in 15 minutes last night. Called Andy. I'm like, let's test it real quick. And of course, Andy's like, yeah, I'm in the middle of dinner, but sure, why not? Anything for you, Christian. And which he so kindly loaned me about 5-10 minutes of his time and said, yeah, it works. Okay, gotta go. And so here we are, and we're back. We're live.
We're back.
And, all right, great, kids. Let's join in, rocking and rolling, and having a great time. All right. Yeah, that was pretty sick. No, but we missed you all, and we are so glad to be back. We were working on things besides our other outside lives. We're working on some guests. We've got and I know I throw it out there on occasion, but I really do. I'm working on different people, but I want to bring people in that you all want to talk with as well. I mean, that's the whole thing about the live chat. So, I mean, I bring on people that I think are interesting or fun or are just doing really cool things. Like next week, Dr. John. The whole reason I was like, dude, you got to come on the shows because he gives out such great advice. He does it for free. People attack him and he handles it with such class and almost in a kind of fun, hilarious way. I mean, it's uh-oh.
What? Are you okay?
Oh, okay.
What's the
Yeah.
matter?
Well,
Do I need to
now my
cover?
wife.
I need to cover, don't I?
No. My wife is traveling. She went to go
Okay.
get her daughter from college, and they're
Okay.
driving back.
Okay.
And so she's. I told her we're. Uh, uh, okay. She she's she's out of she's in northern Arizona. So and
Okay.
she's letting me know they've stopped to get a bite to eat. So
Oh,
um yeah, they got a very late start, and so they're a little panicked and stressed. So they're trying to they're not speeding in case anybody,
that
from the Arizona Highway Patrol is out there
happens to be listening to the show
for yeah.
while they're on shift.
Yeah. Which, hey, it happens. It happens, Andrew.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. Do
but
we have a big law enforcement following?
probably that's how this show stays on the air.
A
Probably.
a voluntary law enforcement
Nah,
following?
probably not. They probably just play it in the jail cell for all the bad prisoners.
That's right. Yeah, no, this is this is the punishment that some people get in prison.
All right, I will never
No, no
steal a
more.
car again. Just turn this off. These morons just keep talking and talking. No,
If he does grumpy old man again, I'm gonna go nuts. I admit I did it. I killed her.
oh,
I admit it.
flibbity flab. I haven't done grumpy old man in so long. Actually, it was so long ago. I wasn't even grumpy at that point. Flippity flop. Oh, there. Okay, it's out of my system.
All
We're
right.
good.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Um,
Shout out to
everything.
San Quentin. Cheers, guys. Hang in there.
Cheers. All right. So, but yeah, we and listen. We like I said, I try to bring people on. In a couple of weeks, we are going to have some musical guests. The Rins. They are a
That's gonna be fun.
Boston-based a ska punk, kind of like very No Doubtish in a way, but with more of a little hipper groove.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good. That's a
So
good.
and just they man, I'm really telling you, I think these guys are going to be more than just a little small town East Coast band. These guys,
Yeah.
really, the lead singer Erin, um, she's worked with a lot of other bigger bands, and she's just finally kind of branching out on her own. And so her and I think it's Dylan, her guitarist,
Yeah.
that helped her write a bunch of songs. They're gonna be on the show. They just released their album, and it's really starting to hit. So
She's got
very
pipes,
excited.
man. She's got really good pipes.
Oh man, she can belt out some tunes. Yeah,
Yeah.
very much like Gwen Stefani. Just she has a presence and a vocal presence. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. And then I'm working on this kid, Nick Ellis. He's actually over in Britain, but he is really exploding on the racing scene. He's trying to get into Formula One, and like his first, I think it was his first couple of years, his amateur years, he was just nailing it.
Yeah.
And I know him through other people. I know of him through other people, and I was like, man, and I love Formula One racing. I don't get to watch it all the time because just time constraints, and
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I do.
Real life stuff just happens.
Yeah. And so anyway, but I'm working on getting him on the show. It's just coordinating because racing season just started. So we're working on some things. And he's over in Europe, and he's in Britain.
Yeah.
So they're actually racing this weekend at the world famous Silverstone track, which is, it's huge. Anyway, so if you've got something of interest that someone of interest, some creative, somebody on TikTok that you think is really cool, shoot us an email, therandomchristianshow@gmail.com. I will do everything I can in my power. And then you guys hit them up too. Say, hey, you need to go on this show and talk with Christian and Andy. And we want to talk with you because we have the live chat, which I see there's several of you out there right now. So thank you all for being a part of it. And that being said, so we're working on a bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah. Speaking of a bunch of stuff.
What? Oh.
Mr. Doss, as we all know, I don't know if you ever watched the credits, but or seen earlier shows. Mr. Doss likes to torment me. He's a friend of the show and a friend of mine that likes to find odd and bizarre foods to let me eat. And now these are Kit Kats from Asia. There's various assorted. Lots of them don't have names, but they have pictures, and some don't even have pictures. That scares me a lot. And he just laughed, and he said those won't be so bad. And then he really started laughing and showed me these, which, yeah, I'm sorry, my virtual background's kind of dominating it. But as you can see, there is no English on this at all. It just says durian candy. Then he showed me the reviews and why he was laughing so hard. Because it's got all these great reviews. I'm like, oh, well, then this must be like really, really good. He's like, oh, no, read the reviews. And like the headline on the first one said, worst smell I've ever smelled in my entire life. And I work in human garbage. So I was like, what is this? And he said, it's an actual fruit. It's a delicacy, apparently, overseas somewhere in the.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
First, hey Tim, how are you? It's great to have you back
Mr.
here.
Amelia, welcome back, and we are writing songs just for you.
Now, is durian where it's from, or what the candy is made out of?
I have no idea. Again, it's all symbols. It's just on the piece of candy. It says durian candy.
Yeah.
The people who make it is actually written in
English?
No. It just says Chungguan food stuff. That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it doesn't.
Food stuff.
Food stuff. Oh, that's great.
That is.
Could we have?
It's not food. It's food stuff. So it's like stuff. Can we have a medical professional on standby? We made you better have 911 like 91.
We had to pump.
Oh, you don't even know my new address.
From a stuff, I have no idea. Like I couldn't tell them where to get to you. No.
Oh God. Well, I can tell you that it contains tree nut.
Well, that's natural. Tree nuts are natural. Ish.
Oh God, what area what province in China did the coronavirus come from? What? Please tell me it wasn't Wenchang City.
I'm not going to say that sounds familiar, but that sounds.
Hainan Province, China.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I could be dead at the end of the show.
Maybe.
Right, so stay tuned. All right.
Tune in. Someone could die.
Most appropriate time for that sound effect. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Finally. Yeah. Finally, after 3 years of doing the show, finally.
There's been no other appropriate time.
No.
Maybe, no.
No. There's. That
There.
no, we've used. Yeah, no, that's certainly 100.
Yeah.
For sure.
We use it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I like
We'll
this
do
one.
it live. Okay. No, we'll do it live.
Yes, we will, Bill. We will.
Do it live.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's get things rolling. Again, the Random Christian Show at gmail.com. Send your ideas, things you want to do. But yeah, we've got some bits that we're going to be starting to do. We've got a whole bunch of ideas coming on. You're scaring me. Oh, Mr. Rabbit and RedRadio.com, Michael. Yeah, well,
Yeah. No, the
we'll
last half hour of the show is going to be a banger for sure.
yeah, we're going out with the bang and
That's right.
sirens and
Yeah.
strong sounds of retching.
Here's internet. This one's for you. All right.
Yeah. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going to regret this. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and Andy has a yummy snack that he's going to try too.
Mine
His
is less
actually
gross.
probably yummy. As to our crispy taco flavor.
Crispy taco lays, West Coast inspired. You can't really see that.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, what is
There
that?
you go.
mean?
What? I have
What?
no idea what that means.
It's like all the pronouns
anyway.
are correct for the crispy tacos, and
Yeah, I have no idea. But,
and the bag costs as much as a gallon of gas. What is it? $8 a gallon now?
pretty much. No, absolutely. Yeah. Although I do wish I had some Mrs. A's to dip these in.
Speaking of Mrs. A's, Andy's gotten a little bit of an attitude because he ain't got no Mrs. A's. So let's bring her in. It's Leah Guile and
Yay!
Mrs. A from Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. A.
Hello. I'm so happy to be on this show. It seems
my
like
God.
it's been a while. So but
Yes, it has. You've been a very busy lady, and we need to hear all of what has been going on. But oh my gosh, look at the spread you've got going on, lady.
we're so hungry here, Ralph, our friend Jaime, and I. And Jaime's been tasting little bits of what I'm going to be cooking. And he's just like, can we move this along? I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Jeez.
I'll probably, serve him up a bowl and he can go sit on the couch and eat or at the table. He's so hungry. So,
All right.
but-
So, just a quick refresher for everybody that is listening or watching, and for later on, Mrs. A, Leah Guile, is the creator and master recipe of Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. There are 3 different types, and there's the very famous salsa verde. We also have just,
Look at that.
I guess, you just call it regular or medium?
It's medium and hot.
And hot.
traditional.
Oh,
I
traditional.
call it traditional.
Okay. So and probably some of the most amazing salsa I've ever tasted in my life. And everybody who has it is just like, oh my gosh, where can I get more of this? Which is what she's been working on, because as you heard in the opening, we're basically pretty much anywhere in the Pacific time zone, you can find Mrs. A's Salsa Buena. If you can't, ask for it, tell them they need to get it, and they will hopefully work on it. Then you've also expanded out into the mountain time zone. You're in Wyoming.
Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. So yeah, well, Colorado is still. So I've told you guys that I am patient, but I'm persistent, and the patience is where I'm at right now. I can't send an email. I can't make a phone call. I just have to sit and be patient. But what's really awesome is that I just filled out the new vendor application for Sprouts, and Sprouts is going to be big. That
will be amazing. Yeah,
they're everywhere. So my distributor is presenting me to the category of salsa dips, hummus, and spreads, I think. They do category reviews, and they're clumped into a category. So I just hit it right. You know, it's all about timing too, because they could have said, "Oh, we've already looked at that category. Get back to us next year."
Right.
So, you know, somebody's watching over me here, and just letting little things happen, which if they turn out to be good, it'll be a big thing for me. So, and then I'll be hitting the road and doing some personal demos and all that good fun stuff. And I'm trying to think of all the things you guys were talking about. So I'm chasing sprouts. I've done a vendor application to Trader Joe's, which is another biggie. And then there's a store. Yeah, it would be awesome. And then they would private label it though. We'd have to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out if they give me a nibble on how we can put something in there of Mrs. A's. Because how are you going to know? But I don't know. One taste and they'll know. Plus, Trader Joe's does all their own demoing. You know how you walk in and there's a woman behind a little. Yeah. So they will actively demo it. And again, one taste, it's all over. So Natural Grocers is the one that's in Arizona, Colorado. Well, they're kind of sort of everywhere. Yeah. And they're the ones that have said, your application is in, we've tasted your salsa, don't call us, we'll call you. So again, the patience has to happen.
Right. No, we can be forceful and annoying, and we need to do that.
Well, I need little jalapenos. Anybody that's listening or watching can become one of my little jalapenos by going into a Sprouts or a Natural Grocers or a Trader Joe's and say, we want Mrs. A's salsa. So the official name that my students did 15 years ago, they named it within 10 minutes of my ceramics class, Mrs. A's famous salsa Buena. And then one of my boys walked up and said, can I design your label? And he had it done in 3 weeks. And every container says teacher, mom, and salsa maker. So it's a passion for me. I love people. I love cooking. I love feeding people. And so and we're in 550 stores, approaching 600 now, because I've got 2 in Palm Springs and Palm Desert, and I've got Riverside, Loma Linda, and Rancho Mirage of Clark's Nutrition and Organic Market. In fact, I'm doing two demos tomorrow, and that'll be fun. But talking about gas prices and weather, we're going to have a lot of windy weather here today, and I feel so sorry because we just did 2 weekends for Coachella down in Indio, and the what is it called, Stagecoach is there this weekend, and I'm telling you, there is a haboob, which is a sandstorm. I love that word. It's a haboob, and when we go down from the high desert up by Joshua Tree where we live, we go down and you can see it. And it's just like this dust storm that's just going across the base of the mountains where Palm Springs and all the places, I think they're just going to get sanded out. They're going to be sandblasted, but they'll still have a good time.
Oh yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be fine, and it'll just make them hungrier for Mrs. A's famous salsa.
And it's right there in the markets close to them. So they go in to get their alcohol and their snacks, and the salsa is selling really well.
Right.
So
now you've been out traveling and doing all sorts of visiting and hanging out with relatives and sampling.
I just went to Denver, and I was watching the weather, and I was bundled in my puffy black jacket and my sweats, and getting ready. And Gabe and Kaylin come to pick me up at the airport, and they jump out of the car and they're in shorts and flip flops and t-shirts. I'm so hot. And it was 75 degrees the day they picked me up. And then I guess it's typical of Denver. The next day it was 32.
Yep, right.
The next day it started to rain, and then it snowed like you couldn't believe.
That's springtime in the Rockies.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
crazy.
It was awesome. My flight was 5.5 hours delayed. So I don't like to fly. I hate flying. And I'm in there by myself because we're going to talk about, I traveled alone this time, and getting ready to come back home. And I should have been home by, with my hour-and-a-half drive from Ontario, I should have been home by 10 at the latest. I got home at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Yay!
So they had us sit on the plane for an hour and a half while my head's cocked into the aisle, watching all these mechanics go into the cockpit. And I said, we're going to die. We're just going to die. That's the way I feel. And I watched them. And after the hour and a half, the pilot came into the cabin and said, we have to get off of this plane. They can't fix it. And I'm all, thank God. I was the first one off the plane. But then we had to sit in the gates.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I had my life vest on. I was ready to blow the little
right.
And my oxygen mask on just to get through that hour and a half.
Oh my goodness. That's
but I'm ready
crazy.
for the flight now. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So anyways, 3.5 hours later, a plane from Sacramento showed up. They deplaned, and then they go, okay, but about a half an hour while they clean the plane. And then half an hour later, it's going to be another half an hour because they have to clean the bathrooms. And I raised my hand at the gate lobby, and I said, I'll clean them. Just let me in. I'll do it. Let's get going, guys. But anyways, it was pretty hard, but it's great seeing the kids. And the reason why Ralph couldn't come, Mr. A, was because he's been doing a project with, he taught at Los Gatos High, our competitive school, Christian, Los Gatos and Saratoga.
Rivals.
The rivals. And he and Scott Downs, who was the art teacher in his department, have always played music together. And before we moved down here, they were writing some music. So anyways, he was in the studio, and the Joshua Tree recording studio. And they've
famous recordings.
Well, it's been a really nice experience. I think Ralph was telling Christian before that 30 years ago we did, right when CDs were coming out, I sang, Ralph and Sean, another former student of mine, we put together 12 songs. I think about 12 songs, and we were called Laughing Rocks. And but it was really interesting to do it then, because it's interesting because then back there 30 years ago, they laid down the drums first. Like Ralph and Sean did a throwaway track so the drummer could listen. And then the drummer came in and did his part. And then we did layering of guitars and bass. And then we did layerings of vocals. But it's come a long way in 30 years. And
good Lord, yes.
Yeah. So I was going to bring Ralph up just to tell you a little bit about, and then I'll start warming up things.
Ralph!
Oh, I can't hear him.
No, yeah, you can. Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right and left. Sorry, we're going to get him hooked up.
My first time. Hello, guys. How are
There
you?
we go.
Ralph, how's it going?
Ralph, welcome to the show. So let's hear about the Joshua Tree recording studio and what you've got going on, man.
Well, Joshua Tree Recording Studio is obviously in Joshua Tree, but it's an older studio that's been here for a while. There's a couple of studios in the area that are known quite well for who they've recorded and things that have happened. There's a little history to these. And the other one's called Rancho Luna, which is no longer open to the public. So I ended up going with Joshua Tree. It's turned out to be, gosh, what a blessing. Tommy, who's the engineer and owner, just knows what he's doing, and he's been doing it for most of his life since he was 15 years old. And he grew up in the Bay Area too. We came from Los Gatos and Santa Cruz, and he was from the other side of the hill there by Los Gatos, I think Santa Clara. But we were reminiscing about old shows and old venues up in the area up there. And a very nice guy, but very talented and knows what he's doing, and has helped us along with our project. As Leah mentioned, Scott and I are doing the project. And we went in there and laid down the first throwaway tracks of rhythm, guitar, and vocals. And we did 9 in 2 days, which is pretty good production. We weren't to get more than 4 in a couple of days because, take your time, do it right. And we went in there, and then Scott went back and did some more vocals, and I went back and did some more electric guitar parts because the first guitar parts were all on acoustic guitar. And then actually the last time we were there, which was just about a little over a week ago, Tommy had some friends from LA, some session musicians who came out and just knocked it out of the ballpark for us. They listened to the songs, they could relate to them, and they did some really took the songs to another level. So we're really excited about that. And now we're going to go in and throw in a little pedal steel guitar on some songs and keyboards on some songs. And then Scott will finish up the vocals, do the final take on the vocals. And then we'll pretty much be done and looking forward to it. And it's sounding really good. We're really excited because Scott and I have been talking about doing something like this for many years and finally getting in there to do it,
And we were talking before the show here. And it's kind of a classic rock with a little bluesy hint, and it's got kind of a myriad of styles mixed together, huh?
It's an eclectic mix, but as I listen back to the mixes at this point, I hear different artists that I've really liked who apparently have influenced me, and I go, wow, that kind of sounds like a little Joe Walsh or a little Eric Clapton or the Beatles, Not to say that I'm as good as any of those, because I'm not saying that at all. But I can tell their influence on my musical style, and I enjoy that. I appreciate it. I feel like I'm paying homage to them, but it's definitely through my filter and kind of a fusion of a couple of different influences on each song, because I hear a little bit of the Kinks on this one, hear a little bit of even the Allman Brothers on this one, a little bit of the Eagles on that, It's not like a total rip-off or anything. They must have gotten into my system because I go, wow, listen to that. That kind of sounds like
a lot of musicians, we all, take, and Andy, I'm sure you can admit to this too. You have an influence. So you develop a little bit of a style from somebody else's style, but you make it your own,
Exactly.
And I mean, especially, you're talking about some amazing guitars. I mean, Joe Walsh, for God's sakes, the master of sustain.
And that's so cool because when I first wrote the songs, I didn't hear that in there. And then this fella, Eli's his name, and Eli came out and he just kind of listened to him, and we talked before each song what we were trying to convey through the songs and kind of give them a reference point on, maybe more in the style of the Doors or this or something, throw out a name out there to kind of tell them a direction where we were kind of trying to go. And next thing I know, he's ripping out these licks, and I go, "Oh my God, listen, that sounds like Joe Walsh."
Well, it's funny. I just watched an interview with Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, and he was saying that he's just like, man, I didn't know anything when I was drumming for Nirvana, and I stole all my riffs. And it was really funny because they played the riffs back to back that he stole, and he's just like, yeah, I wasn't shy about it, man. I took rips directly from these, and the guy interviewing was just like, oh my God, how did I not see this before? It was really funny, but yeah, you pull from the stuff that you love and and whether it's sort of lightly influenced by it or heavy influence.
But what I've learned along the lines of what you just said is that even if you try to play it verbatim, like whoever you're trying to emulate, it is kind of there, and you can kind of recognize elements, but it's really because it comes through you. There's a whole different, everything from the fingerings, everything, every nuance is just different. But you know where it came from because obviously it influenced you. You enjoy it, and you go, "Wow, that's very cool." But you could try and play it verbatim, and many times I find that it's like paying homage to them, but it's not ripping them off because it doesn't come off totally like them. It's just kind of like, oh, I hear bits of that or bits of this in there.
And that's what I think was great. You said you had what, 12 originals that you're putting down?
This time it's 9. Leah was saying 12 on the first. We did a recording almost 35 years ago, and so it's been a while since we've been in the studio. We've life has happened since teaching and salsa and retirement and moving and whatnot. But music's always been there, but just never really in the forefront. But now that I have a little extra time, and we've been talking about doing this project for a while, and we got to the point, do it now or it ain't going to happen.
Right.
And to have the luxury to do that, which has been a blessing. But the whole experience has been amazing. So we have 9 songs, original, that Scott and I have penned. And that's been an experience, you know, when you find someone that's on the same track as you and they want to continue doing that and take it to the next step, next level. And so it's been a wonderful experience, and from the get-go. And then even the starting of these songs go back to the kitchen in Santa Cruz, because Scott would come over after a day of working in the kitchen, and he would be working somewhere else. He'd come over and we'd play in the kitchen, and we'd call it jamming in the kitchen.
Nice.
So that's funny. The last band I was in was literally called Lindy's Kitchen, because we started right out of college, and the lead singer's mom would feed us after rehearsal. And we didn't have a band name for a while, and we were just like, you know what? No, we're calling ourselves Lindy's Kitchen, because that was his mom's name.
That's awesome.
And it was, and it stayed that way for 20 plus years.
Wow.
And they still have their fan page up.
That's
Yep,
awesome.
it's still there.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
So let's do this. How soon do you get this all put together?
Probably another month, maybe.
Oh, a couple weeks or so we'll be pretty much done, but probably a month or so before it's live. Because after we do all the recording, you got to sit there and mix and stuff. Because we have so much stuff now layered that it's going to be pick and choose now, which is a wonderful thing to have. A great problem.
Then hey, Rob, can we do this? Can you send us digitally or whatever some of the tracks?
Yeah, once we get done, it'll be on a file. We'll send you the file, or what I've learned, as we say in the trade now, we'll bounce you a file.
Oh,
Yes.
and
Oh
if
my
you're
God,
still
that
one
would be
of those people that has a CD player, I'll send you one that we did 30 years ago. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, this has been great, guys. But I'm going to turn it back over to Leah, because she's got some wonderful food.
Yeah, and I know you guys are starving. So, hey, Ralph, thank you so much for talking
Thanks,
with
Ralph.
us, buddy.
You've been my pleasure.
All right, back to work, Leah.
I know. I got to get ready.
Backwards.
Back to work.
Oh.
Back to
Bye,
normal.
guys.
All right, see you, buddy. Well, that's going to be cool.
Now,
We're going to be like
there you go.
groundbreaking, man.
They had to resync again. Awesome.
All right.
So I'm going to start cooking, and I'm so excited for you guys to see all of this. I am going to cook chicken taquitos, because I was thinking, your listeners, your viewers are all over the place. I mean, everywhere. And so they can get, I try to get them the recipes that they can get locally. Working on Mrs. A's. I'm not sure if my earpods are connected.
I don't think
Can you hear us?
Okay. I can hear you. Come on.
Yeah, she's hearing us through her.
Through her iPhone.
These, I think I've got bad.
You got ear duds.
I got ear duds. Okay, we're gonna stick them in.
That's a sad trombone for sure.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, we've been off for a few weeks. I'm out of the scene.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn the volume up on my phone. Sorry.
Okay.
And
That's okay.
We're hearing
I'll
you
use
pretty good, so that's fine.
I'll use my teacher voice. So
There you go.
Hey, and really quickly, when I went to Denver, just to put the knife in the side a little bit and turn it, gas was $2.71.
It's good.
Yep.
What?
Oh, dude, we're $3 out here in Kansas City.
It's
That's
$4
good.
a quarter out here. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I just paid $4.77 down in Palm Springs. So
No, it's cute.
yeah,
Wow.
You haven't been hit this hard yet.
it's all good. But we are going to make taquitos today, chicken taquitos. And I'm going to teach you, and Christian, your wife probably knows this recipe. Ralph's mom taught it to me. It's fideo, Fideo.
Right.
It,
Hey,
I
it's
think
kind of hard to hear you. Ralph keeps talking, I think, or somebody.
there we go. It's called cut fideo, and you can get it. It's
Okay.
like an angel hair pasta. You can get it in most stores. And
Yeah.
I use half a bag to have some ready for us, and then I'm going to show you how to do this. I think I'm going to have Ralph grab the.
Oh, nice. Ralph
Oh,
Cam.
here we go. See, this is the one. Here
Yeah.
we go.
So I'm going to put the other half of the bag.
Now that's in oil.
Oh, a little bit of oil. Yes, a little bit of
Okay.
vegetable oil. So, and you can see I was kind of balancing the oil here, because remember when I almost burned my house down on the show that one time? It was crazy. So do you see how it's already starting to brown?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up in the middle and put some onions in there, just a little.
I love her.
And you know, when the onions hit the oil, they're just gonna start smelling delish.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna get those going just a little bit. And actually, you could put the onions in before the fideo and cook them a little bit, but it will be delish. They just, I don't know, I'm a fan of sauteing my veggies, even when I make my soups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's just,
Oh man, there's and it smells so good.
yeah.
I
So
can
now
only
look at this.
this
I'm
smell
gonna toss this over the onions.
Oh wow.
It's like when you make Spanish rice, you brown the
Oh, sure.
rice. You know, so
Yeah.
this is the same thing, but I will warn you, it goes really super fast.
I was gonna say this. That's already it's cooking up real quick.
Yeah.
So the thing here is just speed and consistency, right?
Yeah, and those onions are going to cook, but I think I would tell everybody to stick the onions in the oil first and get them going,
And then add the
add the fideo.
fideo.
And in
Hey.
Mexican cuisine, our kitchen manager used to make this for our kids, because boy, after working all day and driving, Highway 1 out of Santa Cruz to get to Watsonville, sometimes that short distance would take 2 hours from the commuter. Yuck. But anyway, she would make sopa de fideo. Instead of having it really dry, like a rice, she would get really liquidy, keep it liquidy, and it'd be like a soup for them. And you can put potatoes in it. You can put, so now we're going to hit it with some tomato sauce.
Oh.
Okay.
Now this is just regular plain old tomato sauce, right?
Yeah, and I think you guys know with me too, I use low sodium tomato sauce and no salt, but just cut back the salt that you put in. So then I'm going to hit it with water. Listen to that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
As they say down south.
Yeah. So, with Spanish rice, it's 2 to 1 of liquid to rice. So if you use 2 cups of rice, you'd use 4 cups of liquid tomato sauce and water. But this, you just kind of get it super floaty. You see that? It's just.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And then, because I love this stuff, it's like a chicken bouillon that I put with a little water. A little bit, but again, you got to be careful because of the salt in this stuff. So I'm just put a little bit around.
Okay, so that's chicken bouillon or chicken broth?
You could use either, but look at this. This is my new fave.
Yeah.
No, yeah, better than bouillon. It's good.
Yeah,
it's like
I know.
A paste.
I know everybody can get it anywhere pretty much now. So then here's some pepper. Love pepper. Now, because watch this. Hang on one sec.
We're gonna have the magic of the internet.
And I'm going to taste the juice because I don't want to add too much. You can use some salt. Okay. So a little stir them around. Now watch this. All you have to do is let it come to a boil and then cap it. And with the magic of the internet, there it is finished. So
look at that.
This is dry. This is dry. But if you wanted to keep it more soupy, you just reduce it less.
Right.
Jaime, I don't know if you remember, Jaime doesn't like onions. So these this fideo does not have onions. This one does. Especially
Got
for
it.
you. While you were talking to Ralph, I had
He's in the bag. He's like, it's mine. It's mine. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
maybe just come right here, Ralph, because I'm going to show this. So there we go. Good. That's perfect. So for the taquitos, I'm using corn tortillas. But perfect.
Yeah.
And, you can also use flour tortillas. I had this discussion last night at the dog park with my dog park friends. And I guess they call taquitos with a corn tortilla and flautas with a flour.
Yes.
Oh,
So
sure. Yeah.
You can use it with either. And in fact, when I get done with the corn ones, I'm going to
really damn good.
Make a couple of the flour ones and surprise them with some dinner. So I take my corn tortillas and I put them in a wet paper towel and I put them in the microwave for about 25 seconds.
Okay.
So what you want to have ready is, depending on how many people you're making taquitos for, this was about 4 baked chicken breasts from Safeway or Bonds, and I just shred the meat.
Okay.
If you're making for a lot of people, you could get a whole chicken and you could do the breast, the thighs, maybe cut the legs and the wings for snacking or something.
Now I'm going to say this real quick for the people listening at home or watching. Any of these recipes that we're talking about when we're doing random recipes with Mrs. A, you can find them, and I'm scrolling it down here on the bottom of the screen. Find them on her website, MrsAFamous.com.
Perfect.
Got it nailed. Just MrsAFamous.com.
I if everybody could go after the show and look at we just redesigned, updated, changed the pictures, everything on the website. So I think it looks really good. And there's a very sweet video on there that my brother did for my retirement. It's too sweet. Yeah, so www.mrsafamous.com, and it's an all new website, all updated. So
beautiful.
The tortillas with a wet paper towel are now bendable. If you try to do this with, can you see down here, guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So then you take some of the shredded chicken and you just go straight across.
Okay.
Straight across. And you start rolling. And what you want to have ready is your toothpicks. So you just roll it like this.
Yeah.
You've got your seam over there. You take a toothpick. Take a toothpick. I do too. These were actually they were king size corn tortillas. So these were enormous to me. But we're hungry, so we'll be good.
Well, I was going to say, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with the little.
So now Ralph's going to come back with me over here. And I've got this nice pan full of hot oil. And where the toothpicks are, that's the seam. I'm going to, lost some chicken.
Oh.
I feel like you're all so forgiving with me when little things happen. So seam down.
We're just wanting to be there to.
Right. Yeah. I just want a taquito now.
You know what? They are super easy. I'm so happy to be retired, but I mean, I think about, but we did it for 40 years, and teach all day. You do raccoons in the afternoon with the kids or some kind of workshop, and then when we had our son, we had to go get him from after school clubhouse where they got to watch the kids. And then but we were always so blessed because being done at 3, picking him up like by 4, we would go home, have dinner, and then I'd take him out for a ride. We'd go to Kmart and look at the toy section. That seemed to be our fun thing to do, or go to the park or something. And I'd get back on the road and I'd see these moms at like 6 and 7 they just picked up their kids. They, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is
wiped out.
this is a very quick dinner, and everybody seems to love them.
Yeah, because it comes with
looks
Mrs. A's
amazing.
famous salsa Buena.
Gosh, wait till I plate it up.
Oh my!
So sorry.
It's all about the plating. It's all about the presentation.
Yeah,
Well, for me it is. Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah.
First, you eat with your eyes.
You eat with your eyes. That's what Ralph is saying. First, you eat.
Yeah,
eat with your eyes.
all we can do over on this end.
Yeah, right.
Also.
Put the bottom there. The rest
Yeah.
Oh, we need smell-o-vision. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why
Oh
don't we
no,
just do
no,
that?
no, because then it'd be even worse. It'd be so. It'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, show's over, gotta go.
Right.
Look what I'm going to do. My oil is not quite hot enough. I'm going to put my pan over it.
Oh, okay.
I have ready.
All right. And
These are
and
all
again,
the-
if anybody's just joining in, we have Leah Guile of Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena doing one of her random recipes that you can find on her website, mrsafamous.com. Recipes, where to find Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena, all sorts of merch. You got merch now. She's wearing one of the shirts. We're wearing one of the shirts. Yeah, you got hats too, don't you?
We have hats, we have beanies, we have sweatshirts, we have tank tops for ladies. Yeah.
And then you can buy some salsa, wear the shirt, and make delicious food that goes along with the amazing salsa.
Yes. And if anybody can go to Sprouts, Natural Grocers, Safeway, any of those stores that you shop at.
Ivy.
Yeah. And just, yes. And Trader Joe's and Sprouts. Yes. I'm chasing them all. And just say, we want Mrs. A salsa here. We can't get it on the over here. So bring it in, please.
Yeah.
My distributor
And,
can go all
now you're in some Dillon's stores, aren't you?
Dillon's. No.
They're
Check
kind of
out. Where's Dillon's?
yeah. Well, Dillon's is merging with Albertsons.
Albertsons and Kroger are doing it.
Oh, that's what it was. Albertsons and Kroger. Never mind. Sorry.
No,
But yeah,
that's-
Dillon's is out in the Midwest, the East, and South.
Yeah, Kroger's is big. I have
Oh,
to. I'm halfway done with my application. I think I even said that last time I talked to you. It's applications are not fun for me.
Right.
I can tell.
It's like, I don't want to do that. I actually, to get this one in for Kahi to do Sprouts, I was actually sick to my stomach. I was like, I can do this, but I'd rather be cooking, but I can do this. And, I know we talk a lot about our dog park friends, but they have been a savior here with our move to the high desert, and greatest group of people. And I was at the dog park with Luigi and last night, and I said, Richard, Steve, do you know Apple computers? They go, oh yeah. And I said, can I come over after I finish my dinner? And it must have been 8:30, and they're both there waiting for me. And
Geez.
I had I had 9 photographs of the salsas. They wanted the top, the front, the bottom of each flavor. So I had nine pictures, but then I had this tab 1, tab 2, tab 3 application, and I said I have to email all of this back to the person, my distributor's person that was going to present me to Sprouts, and that's still happening. So anyways, they go boom, boom. I was trying to watch them, and it's like, forget it. They just work so fast, and it's just like boom, 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 and okay, it's ready for you to submit. I'm like, oh, I didn't even want to ask them, what did you do? What? That's okay.
Our friend Corey Hall says he can smell it cooking from where he's at out in St. Louis or near St. Louis,
These
Illinois.
are so easy to make. So easy. A rotisserie chicken, some corn tortillas, and toothpaste. And then I'm going to make you crazy now because they're pretty much done. I am going to.
So was that about what, 3 minutes aside?
Yeah, I really did. I was nervous about the oil because it's starting to freeze fire. I had one time.
Yeah.
So I kept it on low while I was doing the fideo, and then I had to kick it up. But it was, I don't know. Ralph's dad probably morphed over me, and I put the pan on top of it, and it took the oil up to the right temperature.
Nice.
So I'm going to let you see really quick before I plate.
Oh God, I would destroy
They're so
those.
good, you guys.
I know, dude.
They're delish. That's what we say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm having for dinner tonight?
Tacos.
Frozen pizza.
Oh.
I really love to be having some of those flautas.
Okay. You've got a lot going on. He just
sounds so defeated.
So look over here. So if I was
going to be nothing compared to these freaking flautas.
sopa fideo, I would probably stop here and keep it nice and juicy.
Oh my goodness,
dude!
That would be kind of a soup. Or you take it just a little bit further.
Sure.
Jaime had some before we went on air, and he said it was so good. So I'm going to turn this way. Okay, go back over, Ralph. We got it. Good job, everybody.
Thanks, Ralph.
Welcome.
Thank you, Ralph. The teacher, Mrs. A, just always. Everybody did a great job.
Right.
this was ceramics class with her. You're all doing great, except Christian, who's out on the bench of shame.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, as you guys were talking about new stories, if you ever want me to come back, or Ralph and I to come back and put a little pop up outside, we could do a throwing demo.
Oh,
that would be fun.
Yeah,
would be pretty.
That would be cool.
Now, do you have a kiln there at your house too?
What's that?
Do you have a kiln at your house?
Yes, we have two wheels, one for Ralph, one for myself, and we're doing. Remember that open studio that we did last October?
Yes.
Where people came. There was 176 artists up here.
Yeah.
Everybody drove around. It's like open studio, and so we're we signed up for it again, and we're going to start working for that.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
Here's how I like to present. This is just carrots and romaine lettuce.
Oh my gosh.
And then I made this vinaigrette. It's olive oil, champagne vinegar, honey, and a little bit of mustard. And it is so
nice.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. My goodness.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so then I like to put the taquitos nestled on the salad. I'm going to come show you close.
Oh, look at that.
It's fideo.
And then, fideo on the left. Oh, man. Chris.
My wife needs to hurry up and get home.
Oh, there's more. We each get two. It's in the contract, the writer.
What do you have for dinner tonight, Andy?
I am making cheeseburgers.
Oh.
Yeah. Homemade cheeseburgers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is beautiful.
We've got the lettuce, the fideo, but we're going to top them with.
Oh, she throws up.
Yeah, of course. No, you got to have a little guac in there.
A little guac. So delish. And then since this is Jaime's, he's going to come and take a taste in front of you. I'm going to do half red, half green.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is.
Look,
that's what I need.
He does look like the old Andy. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
That is
so
incredible.
Simple, so delish. And I need my little jalapenos to go out and tell their stores that they need Mrs. A's.
I
would pay $18.99 for that at a restaurant for sure.
Absolutely, right?
Oh my God! Look, and
I'd have to taste it first. Let me see.
Okay, he's going in for a taste, guys.
Hmm?
Here, let me put a little.
Chris.
Come on, Jaime.
We'll eat the salad later. There we go.
I'm just trying to get free food is all I'm trying to do. I've been eating frozen pizza for 3-4 days now.
That's on you, man.
I know.
Shop in a different section.
Very good.
Good, right? Delicious.
Oh my gosh. But Jaime's like, I gotta go now.
Right. Yeah. Eating.
Sorry, guys, he said. Oh,
Very good.
it's so delish.
Oh my
God. Very good.
Yeah, Jaime really
Talking about the smell.
enjoys walking into this house when I've been cooking. Because it smells so good. And he just said it smells.
Walking barefoot in the summer heat out there on blacktop to get to your kitchen. Oh man.
We're gonna do that one day, guys. We're gonna meet here. And
Yeah.
we're gonna have
we're gonna have to figure out yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make a live from here or what?
They would have to fly. One's in Oregon and one's in Kansas City.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we'd have a party.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think I'm finished.
Yeah, you're finished. I'm finished. I'm
not finished.
look, I get to eat some of this. Delish.
But again,
It apparently smells
corn tortillas, rotisserie chicken. Roll them up, toothpick them, microwave the tortillas first in a wet paper towel. Otherwise, when you roll them, they crack.
right. Now, and again, for all these recipes and where to find your famous salsa, you can go to mrsafamous.com. Just
Yes.
mrsafamous.com. No S, just Mrs. A.
And
you go there.
Holding me there also. I'd love to hear from people. It's fun.
And yeah, she's on Facebook and Instagram. Are you on TikTok yet?
No,
not yet.
But the website, I'd love people because the recipes are amazing and so good and not hard. Not hard.
And I was gonna say it's super easy to make. Not a whole lot of time once you got everything there ready to go. So go check it out, mrsafamous.com. Ask for it by name at the stores that you're at.
Yeah.
And Leah, again, Jaime, Ralph, thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All your excellent work with us. We do appreciate you so much.
All righty, guys. Take care. I love you.
Thank you, Mrs. A.
Thank you so much, Mrs. A. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. A, Leah Aguayo, Jaime, and Ralph, all of Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. Peace out, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Andy, you're so large.
This is weird. This is awkward.
You're in charge. You're the man.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Everything's so big.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Now it's just us, and I'm starving.
I know, right?
God Almighty. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Again, that's just an inkling of some of the recipes that she's got on her website, and some of the merch. Y'all just need to go find this stuff. This salsa is just so damn good. I swear, it's absolutely amazing. I'm like, I need food now. Just thinking about it. So, I'm just trying to find other ways to avoid what's probably going to happen next. So, anyway, we are in the middle of what?
We're in the middle of a show.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a show. Yeah.
And
what
happens?
What?
No, I'm just saying this is what happens when you broadcast.
Yes. Yeah.
We're in the middle of a shoe.
The shoe.
The
right.
shoe. Yes.
We are very. There's some things I was going to talk about a little bit here. As we came back from our season, to start off season 10, by the way.
Season 10.
The decade, or not decade, but the Deca and
Big
10.
The Big 10.
There we go. The Big X.
Yeah.
Um, out here in Kansas City, I know this doesn't affect a lot of people, but radio is a passion of mine as well as Andy's. And we had out here, and this happens in every city. There's always a real fan favorite show and whatnot. Out here, there was a gentleman named Slacker, and he
Mhm.
was the radio for K Fox or Fox 101 FM. It's a classic rock station. Slacker was a very big part of the. He was the morning show host. Been doing radio out here, I think, for 30 some odd years, and really developed his own style. Had a great show. I I I didn't get to listen to it all the time because of where I work and whatnot. Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, just classy. Did a lot of
sure.
things to help out. He passed away. He got caught up with a disease. I'm not going to get too much into it. The thing is, we lost him, and
Yeah,
it was a great factor and a big loss for people in Kansas City because of what he did and how he did it. He
sure.
was very classy with what he did. Um, and that's hard to find a lot of times in radio nowadays. There's still people that go for the shock value, and then there's the people that really go with a big flash and glitz and all right, blah, blah.
Yeah,
And then you got people who it's a different form of shock, I guess.
oh, for sure. Yeah,
And it's just like, come on. And then of course there's like the NPR people who
yeah.
just talk into the radio like this, and it's presenting music to you, and sometimes we like to express our opinions in a very monotone voice, and it's boring. It's
Right.
so bloody boring, and you may be trying to make a very excellent point. You may be trying to present a very great broad band of music or whatever, but you do it in the most boring fashion ever. And it's like the radio is for involvement. It's to entertain. It's to give expression and give life to where people can't be visually a part of anything. They can't. They can hear you, and you need to be descriptive. You need to be a part of them as they need to be a part with what you're doing. Slacker did a great job of that. There
Yeah,
are few people that can do that, and I think he did a great job. It's what I try to do when I was on the air. That's why I kind of got back into doing this, and then became a visual aspect as well. And it is what it is. But I always try to present myself more as an audio
sure.
pleasing kind of guy. So that being said, which I get the fact that I'm not always audio pleasing. It is what it is. It's like we used to tell people back in the day. You don't like the show? There's a bunch of other buttons that you can be pushing to check out another channel. Hey, not
Yeah,
everybody is for everybody. Okay, we get it. Whatever. But when you can appeal to the massing, and again, when you make that one person's day, you made that one person laugh, and they either call you or now send an email or a text or whatever, and say, "Hey, thanks, man. You guys made me laugh. I needed it. Awesome. Thank you." That takes care of it all right there. It beats any
yeah,
check. It beats everything you got going on. So,
yeah.
uh,
Radio has always been such a funny monster, and I call it
it is.
that. And it's funny too because anyone who's been in a extended commute for a while and has a radio station that they listen to, ultimately listens to some jock on air, right?
Everyone's got their favorite.
Yeah, and it becomes a kind of a weird one-way conversation, but you're laughing at what they say. You're either going straight along with what they say, or you're disagreeing with what they say in your head or out loud to yourself in the car, right?
Right.
And they
Yeah.
can't hear you, but again, these people become, you kind of need that voice in your commute,
Yeah.
right? Or you
Right.
need that voice just sort of there in your just in your day, or it just doesn't feel right, you know? And
Yeah.
a lot of people had that. So I had a really good friend who had a morning show with his wife. It was Gene and Julie, and Gene Gates, they were on the air on Z95.7 for a few years. Then they moved over to KVIL, and then a couple other stations in the Midwest, and in Atlanta, I believe they were there for a while. And Gene actually took his life last year. And Gene was one of those guys that, and again, when I met him, this was in San Francisco at Z95.7. They were, they were kind of the hot new morning show coming into the station. And I was the web guy there, and I was just a young kid, right? I didn't know really anything better. And for anyone who has worked on the sort of operational side of a radio station, which I have most of my life, you kind of stay away from the talent,
Right.
Like you let them do their thing. And then if you need to talk to them, like you talk to their producer, right? Or you talk to the intern that's working for them, say, hey, I need this and this from.
Right. Or the program director, whoever. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. From day one, Gene and Julie were two of the nicest people and took their time to get to know everybody in the office.
Right.
Right. And they were at Z, and they let me come on the air and review movies. Like I'm the web guy, right? I've honestly never spoken on radio before, and they let me come on air and tell them and review movies, right? And it was incredible, right? They didn't have to do this, but I built up enough of a rapport with them that they would let me do that, right? Yeah. And after they moved on to another city, because like everybody in radio, they're chasing the bigger, better deal. I moved for 3 different radio companies because somebody was always offering more money, right? And that's just what you do in radio, right?
Yeah. So throw more money at you for doing what you do, you're gonna go.
You're gonna go, right? And so when they moved on, they always kept in touch, but then they said, hey, Andy, we need someone to do our website, and you're the one web guy that we really like. And so I ended up doing all their web stuff. I did some graphics for them. And then after a while, like we would have these conversations of, like, is this what you want to do? And I told them, I'm like, hey, no, I always thought I wanted to do this. Like, well, we know people, like we can get you hooked up with some people. Right. They were really interested in wanting me to sort of chase my dreams. Right. Outside of making websites for, and like no one else in the industry that I've ever worked with has been that nice or sort of that, with me. And like Gene would bounce like business ideas off of me, and he would be like, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. How can you help?
Yeah.
And he's like, what would you want for something like this? Like, would you want to be part of the company, or would you work on a contract basis? And it was just like, it was really great. And I mean, like I talked to him 2 months before he did what he did. And I mean, like I couldn't tell like anything was going on. So, it was just one of those things. When I read it, I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And like I said, this
surreal.
This man was just nice.
Yeah.
He was just a nice guy. And he was literally one of the best. And so I had a different relationship with Gene than what you had with Slacker, but it impacts everybody the same way. Yeah. Like not hearing that voice anymore is going to be different, you know, and not getting that phone call from Gene every 3 or 4 months is going to be different for me.
Right.
And
you're talking, and I know we're kind of talking around the fact of what we're talking about, but in radio, that is the kind of community radio is.
Yeah.
Small market to big market. It's it's such a different medium, and the group of people, and yeah, of course there's your ego heads and stuff like that that think they're a little bit too special, but for the most part everybody is there helping each other out.
Yeah.
Because we're really, even though there's bigger markets and smaller markets, when you meet, you're all right here, and
Yeah.
everybody really, even if they're not, they're still in a way doing whatever they can to help in some sort of way. Hey, I'll get you a phone number for somebody or whatever, and that's it. But
Yeah.
hey, they're getting you a phone number for somebody that's because they're at least saying, hey, I've been where you've been.
Yeah.
Here's your shot. I'll give you this.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the thing about it, and again, just people like this, super nice people that
Yeah.
just express and care. The loss for something like that, I mean, you just feel that void, and
Yeah.
again, it's surreal, and then all of a sudden the reality hits in. And I'm sorry, I got a little I'm thinking about my cousin who passed away. She's
Mhm.
like a big sister to me.
Yeah.
And what I my life has been so crazy. And she had a long-term COVID, and just fought like hell to stay where she was at, but the degradation and the advancement of the disease on what it did to her, it was very hard. I
Yeah.
mean, God bless her husband, who did everything. I mean, he's an amazing man, and and then I wasn't able to go to her funeral. They had her funeral out in California, which
Oh yeah.
that's where most of our family is.
Yeah.
And so, which I get, but I was just like, damn,
It's hard to travel sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, and my work was blowing up and everything. Anyway,
Yeah.
so, but the thing is, everybody's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry," and yeah, I was like, but all I did was think about, I didn't mourn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll get a little emotional about it every now and then because of what it is. But the thing is, I mean, unless they were out there like punching people in the face, people have an amazing life, and those are
Right.
the things that you remember, and those times that you have with them, and that's
Yeah.
that's what really that's all about. When you reflect on something like this, don't dwell on the negativity of them not being around. Dwell on the fact that of what they did, and how they made your life better, or whatever. Even if you shared a bad time together, you had that time together. You-
Right.
and
Yeah.
and that's the best part of it. So don't
Yeah.
uh you're talking, this guy that took his life.
Yeah.
You look at guys like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, oh, so funny. How could this happen? He was always seemed so happy. Some of the happiest people are also some of the saddest people.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. And yeah, like a guy like Robin Williams, you'd think he'd be on top of the world and everything would be great. And like,
right.
And from everything that you hear, that he has a wonderful family and like
Which
a
he
good support
does.
structure. But and it just, for some reason there was something there where, he that yeah, it happened. It happened the way it happened. And and I know it sounds a little corny and cliched, but it- you know, uh, Gene, as part of his final wishes, didn't want a service,
Hmm.
you know, and
That-
so it's it's interesting too because as much as Gene was an impact in my life, definitely on my professional career, but again, just as a friend to bounce ideas off of and
right.
whatnot, he, not being able, you know and again, for him feeling that he didn't want that last part of it, like it's hard to swallow
Yeah.
sometimes, again, it's not being able to say goodbye. And I know it sounds hokey, but you want If you have someone important in your life, tell them how important they are in your life.
Right.
Don't wait.
Let them know every day.
Not going to happen. It's not going to be there. One day it's not going to be there.
I mean, we and you know, and I know we're kind of going deeper than I really wanted to, but you know,
I'm sorry.
no, dude, people, you know, this is something to talk about that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, you know, because it does need to be talked about. It's something. A loss is part of life, man. I mean, it, and yeah, it sucks. You know, I'm not going to be here for thousands of years. I'm going to die. And I've already stated, I don't want to be in a box. I want to be cremated. And I don't want a gravesite. I don't want anything like that because I just want to be remembered here. I don't need a marker. I don't need anything like that. I just want people to know, hey, I remember him, you know.
Can we pack your ashes in a Bluebell ice cream container? Oh, ixnay on the Bluebell.
On the Bluebell, Andrew. No, we could put it inside one of these horrible. I'm sure.
Oh yes, the door. What is the Turin candy?
Yeah, I don't. It's we're gonna experience that here very shortly. But you know, and that's the thing is keep the memory, and that's, you know, tell them every day you love them, and when you say love, don't that love is a powerful word, just like hate's a powerful word. Use it right, and when you say it, mean it. Don't second rate the word love. And you know, you can tell your dude friend you love him. You can tell a chick you love him, whatever. There's all sorts of different levels of love, but still, if you're friends with some, I love Andy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
I love
out
Chris
thing, but
no.
You know, plus I haven't brushed my teeth, so.
But
no, I'm just saying it's let people know that it's not a bad thing to tell people you love them, and mean it if you're saying it. So, but remember people for what they are and keep them in your memories. Don't mourn them. I mean, yeah, you can mourn and be sad for a little bit because it sucks. Trust me, it sucks real bad and it hurts. But do you think that's what they want you to remember them the whole time for? No. Oh yeah, I remember when they went to open that soda and it totally sprayed up their nose, and then they were, I wouldn't know anything about anything like that. I'm just saying those things happen, and that's what you need to remember people for. All right, so again, you know, like I said, what was I best buds with this guy Slack or anything? No, but he did a lot of good for this city, and he's what radio was about, and I truly appreciate it. And this isn't just because I'm trying to get a job over at 101 The Fox. I'm just saying that's what it's about. There's another radio DJ. I mean, there's a lot of different radio DJs. I grew up listening to Dr. Donald D. Rose on 610 KFRC. He was the man who inspired me to be into radio. I loved everything he did. He was a classic AM morning disc jockey. Had the cowbell. He had the noise effects, you know, which I'm not sure what you're talking about or anything. I'm just, it's what it's about. And so
well, and it's funny you mentioned that too, because my mom was a hairdresser in the Bay Area for a long time, and one of her clients was Rick Kelleher, better known as Don Blue.
Oh yes,
right.
Wow.
So I met Don Blue when I was 10 years old, right? And you know, I walked in there, recognized his voice instantly. I'm like, oh my God, it's Don Blue, right?
Right.
And then fast forward, 24 years later, he's the morning man for Star 1013, and I'm the web guy, right? And he's walking by the office, he stops, he looks, and he's just like, aren't you George's kid? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you work here now? I'm like, yep. you know.
Dude. And I mean, it's those things are just, yeah, it's awesome. And that's again, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna get way too philosophical, and we're gonna run out of time.
Sure.
So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get into that. But anyway, like I said, people like that. They, you know, there's another DJ out here. It does an amazing job. He's on the rock station, Johnny Dare.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
huge. I mean,
He's great.
and he does so many good things. He realized he came up from nothing, and he tries to improve people's lives as well.
Yeah.
And you know, then you get all these naysayers, which is what I hate. Well, why isn't he helping this? Why? You know what? Because there's only so many people you can help, and
Yeah.
anyway. And again, I'm going to go down another slippery slope, and I don't want to do that. But every city has their DJ, you know, or whatever, the radio presence. Let them know if you ever get a chance. Just shoot an email. It's so easy nowadays. Back when I was doing radio, it was a phone call, and like, you know, you only had so many lines to get through, and they'd all be lighting up, and you try to get to everybody. And, you know, half of them are like, dude, play this song, or they try and prank you, and you're just like,
Right.
come on. But then you get to, you know, the real fans that listen, dude, thank you so much. That was awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Makes your night, makes your day.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's perfect. And so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be good to each other. Screw it. There, that's easy. And remember people for what they are. Take advantage of that and enjoy your time with them. So, there. Oh, now let's switch gears a little bit. I had no segue into this at all.
No, so well, it worked.
It's one of those things you just can't segue out of. And you know, it just wouldn't be a return without doing the random 9 list. That's right. Our crackhead research team did, you know, a month's worth of work and achieved nothing with it. And so they gave us this list of 9 random reasons or excuses for not doing a show for almost a month. That's called hitting the post. Totally coincidental, by the way. I had no idea.
Yeah. Right.
So we've got 9 random excuses for not doing a show, and we've got them here, and I think they're pretty good. And they're pretty random, and that's why we're here. So what do you say we check them out? Almost hit the post on that one. By the way, in case you didn't know, randomnity is the bold process of knowing and discussing everything about nothing in particular. Moving back to the title of the show. So here we have 9 random excuses for not doing a show. And we're going to start with number 9. Well, the traffic is terrible getting into the studio.
Yeah, true. And a pile of clothes in the hallway, right? And then
shoe.
Yeah, and a door might be shut somewhere. You know,
in my case, there's just stuff everywhere. So
now you got a bathroom 5 feet from you, so you gotta sit and read. You know,
I do potty breaks during this show. Potty breaks during this show. Yay! Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sound you'll be hearing when I. Nothing like that. That's
not that one. No. Yeah.
That's in case. Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. So for our 8th random excuse of not doing a show,
number 8. It took us 2 weeks to generate realistic AI versions of ourselves. We wanted to see if the AI versions were going to be funnier than we really are. So, are we real? Or are we AI? Are we still off? Or are we on? You'll never know.
I'm pretty sure they know.
Probably.
there's a pretty good chance that this is real.
I don't know. We kind of look a little glitchy. We could be AI.
That's
We
true.
could totally be AI.
We could.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Insert quirky remark here.
Well, hey, you know what? During Mrs. A, I was froze up quite a bit. That could have not been me.
That's true.
Is
Ooh.
Yeah, the crowd.
Hey, yeah, okay. Well, they like
Hey,
it.
oh, hey.
Right.
Let's see. That was number 8, right? So
Yes.
number 7, random excuse for not doing a show. Well, we were just practicing for getting kicked off the air in case we do happen to get that radio job at 101. So, hey,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's really getting slimmer by the minute. I'm just saying.
Right.
Andy, number 6 reason or excuse of why we didn't do a show.
Yes, a foreign substance was found in the TRKS studio, and after 3 weeks, forensics finally determined that it was just a piece of snail jerky that you dropped.
Oh. So, but does that explain why it was moving?
Yes. Yes. Apparently, there was some liquid, and it brought the snail back to life.
Reanimated.
It reanimated the snail. Yes. Yes.
There was a 9-volt battery on the ground, a little water, and there we go. Back to life.
Yep. You reanimated dead tissue in the TRKS studio.
It's alive! It's alive! Oh, wow.
Oh.
All right. The number 5 random excuse for not doing a show. Andy just really needed that much time away from me. Not the show.
It's true.
Just
no. Yeah.
I literally
be a bit much.
Calling him a few times and no answer.
You can be a bit much sometimes, Christian.
Straight voicemail. This is Andy. If this is Christian, we have 2 more weeks before we're doing the show. Please quit calling. Thanks. Leave your number.
Okay. Can I be real for a second? You literally called me 3 days in a row when I went to the bathroom. Like, for some reason, like, as soon as I sat down, like the phone would ring. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it was the bathroom break. Believe in that one.
All right.
So let's move on to the number 4 excuse of why we didn't do a show, Andrew.
Yeah, number 4. We attended what we thought was a podcast convention, but it was actually an encampment where we were forced to what?
Yeah,
what?
I remember this.
Yeah, we were forced to produce demanding TikTok clips, which are turned out to be promotional work for the Biden 2024 campaign. So, yeah. Yeah, if you see some weird TikTok videos with our faces in it.
It's really the AI versions of us. And
yeah. Luckily, we were able to break out of that thing.
Yeah, well, after our comatose state of eating snail jerky for 3 weeks.
No, for sure, yeah.
It was pretty rough, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I actually miss snail jerky at sometimes. I want a snail jerky flauta.
Ooh. All right.
Well, anything with Mrs. A's famous salsa Buena is going to be delicious.
Yeah, no, for sure.
From the snail jerky.
Oh yeah, and a little nightcrawler fideo. I think that would be good with it.
Okay, let's move on. Number 3 or number 2 reason we random.
Number 3.
Number 3. Oh yeah, number 3 random excuse why we didn't do a show. We took 3 weeks to make Andy's cat its own live stream channel. It's actually very successful over in Eastern Europe, and we've lost a lot of viewership to thanks to Andy's cat. Thanks, Andy's cat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she already has more views than we do in complete and total.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
In
People
3
love
weeks,
the
the cat beat us out of
Yeah.
3 years of participation. So, of course, the cat doesn't have a crackhead team of lawyers that are cracked out.
That's
You're
correct.
getting the cat,
Yeah.
aren't you? You're getting the cat.
No, I actually we can move, but I want to send a picture of something that happened during our show.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get it to us.
I'll pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, pull it up so we can pull it up on the stream.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Humor. Oh, see? Now they're laughing. Sure.
Yeah.
Now everybody thinks it's a big funny right here.
Oh yeah, Fatty made a funny here.
He's giving out the jokes.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for number 2? Or are you still digging?
I know we're ready. Yeah.
No. Well then, number 2 random excuse for not doing a show.
Yeah. It was a test. We wanted to see if you missed us, and you passed.
Yay! And we do love you. We really do.
No, we really do. Yes.
No, you put up with us for this long. We really
Yeah.
do appreciate and love you very much.
Yeah.
Now for the final number 1 random excuse of why we didn't do a show for 3 weeks. Well, we've been secretly developing time travel technology, and if you are seeing us now, it worked. And it's been a month for you. It's only been a few weeks for us. Or a few days. Sorry.
Yes.
Misread the crackhead line there. Actually, it's only been a few minutes.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, we were straight off of our last show right now.
Right. Pretty much. We ended that one, restarted. Boom.
Yeah.
So here we are. And that means I still have to move, and I don't like that at all.
No. Well, but time progressed.
Yeah.
So you moved. So you're good.
Yet I don't feel rested. What happened there?
No.
What's that?
I think that's a effect of time travel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There it is. 9 random excuses that give me gas as to what happened to your background.
Oh, did it break?
Yeah.
Oh, it totally broke. Well, so I'm trying to download the photo and it's like the virtual background is broken.
Yeah, it looks
Because
like
you're using too many resources.
Cocktail behind you. And you're like,
Right? Yeah.
All right, so
Let's
there it
see if
is. 9 random excuses
get it
of
back.
why we didn't do a show for 3 weeks. Is it it's not tasteless, man, isn't it?
No.
No? Okay. All right, band, we're done with you. There we go. And the band.
Oh, no, and I put the wrong background on.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, we're running into each other, Andy. Oh my God.
No.
The time
right?
vortexes.
Ish. Okay, yeah.
Chung Guang.
Ooh.
Sounds like somebody screwed up saying Wing Chung.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
You can see it right at the top there. Chung Guang. Durian candy. Again, the reviews, and this is supposed to be some kind of fruit that is a delicacy.
Okay, so durian's a fruit?
I don't know. I wasn't allowed to do much research on anything.
Okay, so can I look up what durian is now?
Sure. Let's do that before I open the bag.
I think you should eat it first, and then I will tell you what it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to rip open the bag.
Okay, so durian is spelled Durian?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. All right. So apparently this smells really horrible.
Okay. Oh, I see the pack that you have here.
Okay.
Is there like a
Oh
Wikipedia?
my god. Oh, dude. Oh, my. That's horrible. Oh my god, I tried to do like the bacon whisper and shove your nose in the bag and smell it.
Right.
Oh, it's in my nose. Oh my god.
Okay, so durian is the fruit that this is named after, and it looks like a spiky ball.
Oh my good god. Okay, so okay. That was just opening the main bag. This isn't opening the
So you haven't even actually unwrapped the candy yet.
No, that
No.
was just opening this bag.
And the smell was that bad.
Oh my god. Oh lord. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, okay. So I see a picture of the fruit on here now.
Yeah, so it's like it's a round, it's a ovalish spiky fruit. Yeah.
Well, the stupid virtual background wasn't.
All right. Well, put it down towards your body. There you go. And then now move it closer. There you go. Yeah. See, so that's the fruit. Yeah, that's the fruit right there.
Yeah, it just looks like a little spiky ball.
Yeah.
Kind of like a kiwi bird.
So durian is derived from the Malay word duri, meaning thorn, because it has thorns on its outside. What is it? So you've opened the candy now? Is the smell worse?
Yeah. Oh my god.
So some people regard the durian as having a pleasantly sweet fragrance, whereas others find the aroma overpowering and unpleasant.
It smells like earthworm jerky, met an ass that.
I love the Wikipedia is great here. The smell evokes reactions ranging from deep appreciation to intense disgust.
Oh
no! Oh no! We should. Did you eat it? Oh, you're eating it. Okay. So,
oh my god, this is the worst taste ever.
To be clear, we should have you should have read this earlier. The persistence of its odor, which may linger for several days, has some hotels and public transportation services in Southeast Asia to actually ban the fruit.
Oh, this is horrible. Oh no!
I would. Oh, man, you know what?
This beats earthworm jerky.
Okay, don't spit it out. The last thing you want is to have that like swimming in some like garbage can or something.
Oh, it's going straight outside.
No. I would finish it and then see what happens when you eventually digest it to see how bad that smells.
Yeah. Oh, I want slow. Oh.
Okay, you can spit it out. Spit it out.
I swallowed.
Oh no.
Oh my dude, oh my god, it lingers. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, Andy.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god.
You are a true champ for what you do for the show.
Okay, so
can you describe it in any way, shape, or form?
Right. Okay. It's got a buttery if you've eaten earthworm jerky. It's very earthy.
Okay. Okay, so it does have an earthy feel to it.
Yeah, like oh my god.
Is this the worst thing you've eaten on the show?
Pretty much, I think so at this point. Oh, but this is horrible. It doesn't get any. It's like it's got this sweetness to it, so you're like something's gonna get better.
No, it's just getting. Is it getting worse or is it getting better?
Oh, the more it's in your mouth, it's worse.
Really?
And it's a hard candy, so you can't like chew it up.
Right? Yeah, and you can't just get rid of it. But then it's almost better.
Okay, buttery popcorn with ass a dirty sock, burning tire, earthworm jerky,
Okay.
unseasoned, just earthworm jerky, and
Okay.
grass with dog crap
Grass.
on it.
Okay.
Probably a shoe with some gum.
Wow.
Oh my god! I'm really trying.
It's basically it's the other side of a bus seat. That's
Oh
what it
my
tastes
god, dude! Oh no!
like.
Oh, that's the worst. It is. Oh my. Oh, now it's reminding me of back in the days. Remember when they had the padded bus seats
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
public? Oh my.
So you should spit this out and save it and put it under somebody's seat at work that you don't like.
Oh my god. Oh, dude. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna need a minute.
Okay. All right.
I gotta.
Okay. I'm gonna taste test my crispy taco Lay's.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be back.
Okay. We killed Christian. We absolutely killed Christian. That was kind of funny. All right, so let's open these. It smells good. You can kind of smell it, although it does smell like potato chips with just a little bit of seasoning on it. So I can't wait to see when Chris comes back here what's going on. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay, yeah, so the chip has a little more.
Oh, horrible candy. You can have a piece.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay. Oh, let me guess. Yours is delicious, isn't it?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Did you just go puke in your bathroom?
I were trying to rinse it out.
Okay.
Oh no, I spit it out.
Yeah.
Oh God, Mr.
No,
Dawson texted me.
Oh yeah. Did he see it? Hopefully he watched it.
Yeah, no, he was watching. He's
Nice.
Worst flavor? Challenge accepted. So now there's
That's
something
great.
worse coming. That is horrible. No, I'm bringing them to work too, Doss.
Yeah.
And you can. Oh my God! Oh, it doesn't go away.
These literally taste like Taco Bell.
Really?
Like this tastes like a taco from Taco Bell.
Well, I want some. Okay. Oh, we're running short on time, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
I could literally go to Taco Bell and it would taste exactly the same. I'm getting beef, I'm getting sour cream, I'm getting everything in this chip.
I'll save these for next week.
Yeah, let's do those another time.
Another time. Yeah, because really I don't want to try and eat anything else, right?
No. I would wash that down with a frozen pizza right away.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Or a sock. Because it would absorb the flavor.
Right.
Oh my good Lord. Okay. Well, that does sound very good. But of course, they're only out there on the West Coast, aren't they?
Well, it just says West Coast inspired spice. That's all it says.
Well,
West Coast
where'd you
inspired.
find those?
At Safeway.
At the local store.
At the local supermarket.
Okay.
Oh yeah, after swishing it around a little bit, then I get the smell from the bag.
All right. So yeah. I'm sure he's already on Amazon looking at other stuff.
Mr. Doss, thank you so much for that. That was
well. Oh no, I'm mailing you some. I'm not kidding. I'm mailing you some so you can suffer this.
All right. I deserve that.
It's like one of those old butterscotch candies. You know how it just lingers in your mouth, like you.
Oh yeah.
That's what this is doing right now, dude. and
Yeah.
it's not going away.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough water at all. So this is the show, and this is what we do. Welcome to it, Randominity, the bold process of knowing and discussing everything about nothing in particular.
Always.
Welcome to season 10 of such nonsensical mayhem.
Strong opener.
All right,
Strong
so
opener.
next week, who we got? Oh, we got.
I did not put it in there. I completely forgot to put that in there.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, we are under tornado watch. So listen, next week we've got Dr. John. I don't have music. I don't have any. I have a bare minimum studio right now, but I do got this. So,
Here, let me show you what happened during the show.
Oh,
Yeah. So we were talking about the cat having its own streaming channel.
yes.
So
Yeah.
So as I was doing it, she climbed up and fell asleep for 20 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. She's using her mind control on you.
Yes, exactly.
This is what you're going to say. Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
I am the cat and I'm making you do my will. All right. Enough of that. Enough tomfoolery-ness and et cetera and so forth. We got a show to wrap up. We want to thank Leah Aguayo, Ralph Aguayo, and Jaime, Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena. Thank you all so much. Again, MrsAFamous.com. Go there, get the recipes, find out where she's at. Buy her salsa. You will never, ever, ever regret it, kids. And that being said, again, our email is the Random Christian Show, Christian with a K, for those listening at home. The randomchristianshow.com. The Random Christian Show at gmail.com. Send us your the people that you want us to have on the show, and we'll see what we can do. You never know. I throw things out at people all the time, and they come back. Next week we've got John Hostin, Dr. John Hostin, the famous TikTok Cairo. Great guy, so much fun, and we're going to be talking with him about all his chiropractic haters and lovers, and he does a great job, and it's just so much fun. So if you got questions about anything chiropractic or stretching or anything that you've been kind of afraid to ask your doctor, here we go. He loves, the weirder the question, the better. Trust me. Or you want to debate with him. We like that too. Oh yeah, just keep enjoying it's just chips, Andrew. In the meantime, it's me. I'm Christian. He's Andy. And Andy's enjoying delicious taco chips inspired by the West Coast. So they taste like sand, Dr. Zog's sex wax, and a Zima. Right?
Nothing you say is going to lessen how delicious these are.
Oh, wait till you get some of these candies.
Yeah.
That are still in the back of my throat, dude. Oh my God. I drank a whole one of these, like just swishing it around.
Yeah, you need something stronger you need like a soda to like acid burn the stuff out of it.
I'm gonna have to find something. So in the meantime, till next week, kids, thank you all so much. Remember, we love you. Take care of each other. We're all we got out there. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Oops.